5 matches, 2 Iron Survivors, 2 title retentions, and 1 match in the Underground. Here is my NXT Deadline 2024 review. But before we do, don't forget to give me a like, a subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Without further ado, let's start off with the first match of the night, which was the men's Iron Survivor match consisting of Nathan Frazier versus Wesley versus Javon Evans versus Ethan Page and versus a mystery 5th guy. Javon Evans and Wesley start the match. We already know that this match is going to be fast-paced, especially with all the competitors in this match. But I'll be honest, with Wesley and Javon Evans starting the match, Wesley had control, especially in the start of the match, and it was more of a slow and methodical paced match. This then led to Wesley taking the first fall, which sends Javon Evans into the penalty box. Next up, entrant number 3, we got Nathan Frazier. With Nathan Frazier entering the match, the pace actually starts to pick up and everyone is fighting a lot faster, especially Wesley. This then leads to Ethan Page coming out as the number 4th entrant. Page comes out and lays everyone out but eventually gets rolled up by Nathan Frazier. 90 seconds go by and Page immediately goes after Frazier, pinning him and sending Frazier into the penalty box. When Frazier gets out of the penalty box, all 4 competitors in the ring start to brawl out, which leads into a quadruple down spot where there are 10 seconds left for the mystery 5th opponent. At the 15-minute mark, Obafemi comes out as the mystery 5th opponent, and he's the one who replaces Eddie Thorpe. Obafemi lays out everyone, pinning Javon Evans, and with the dominance of Obafemi, this leads to everyone ganging up on him. They're trying to stop his falls, they're trying to do double team moves on him, making sure he doesn't score any more points. Ethan Page rolls up Obafemi and sends him to the penalty box. This then leads to a small brawl where Ethan Page gets super kick and falls onto Javon Evans, where Javon Evans counters and pins Ethan Page. This then led to my favorite sequence of the match where Obafemi was just beating Ethan Page in the penalty box. As soon as the time is up for Obafemi to come out, he goes in and destroys everyone once again, giving a double chokeslam to Nathan Frazier and Wesley, pinning them both at the same time to score 2 falls. With time running out, the final score of the match was Obafemi with 3, Ethan Page with 2, Javon Evans with 2, Wesley and Nathan Frazier with 1. Obafemi is the 2024 Men's Iron Survivor. Overall, I really like this match, especially with Obafemi being the 5th guy. This showed a really good contrast in terms of athleticism and high speed with a powerhouse monster like Obafemi. Though I don't feel like this match was as good as last year's Iron Survivor match for the men's. But overall, I had a lot of fun watching this, and this was a great way to start off the card. I give this match a 3 out of 5. Next up, we got match 2 of the night, which was the NXT Underground match with Lola Vice versus Jada Parker. Lola Vice started the match hot and fast, taking down Jada Parker. And since this is Lola Vice's playground, especially with her MMA background, it looked like that Lola Vice had the advantage in this match. One of my favorite spots of the match was when Lola Vice did her spinning back fist, where Jada Parker dodged it and Lola Vice connected with the LED board. The reason why this was one of my favorite spots was because of how much they've built this move to be a very devastating move, and to see that in kayfabe terms, Lola Vice pretty much injured herself with this move. Another cool spot of the match was when Jada Parker gave a teardrop onto Lola Vice on top of steel steps. As the match picked up, it looked like that Lola Vice and Jada Parker were going blow for blow and they were evenly matched. This then leads to a brawl where Jada Parker getting the brick, the same brick that she used on Lola Vice in their hardcore match. Parker tries to use the brick on Lola Vice dodges the brick and hits her with a spinning back fist. This then leads to Lola Vice using an anaconda submission on Jada Parker. Lola Vice wins the match. I may be in the minority in this, but I have enjoyed every NXT Underground match, and I personally really enjoy it when Lola Vice is the one fighting in these matches. So with that being said, I give this match a 4 out of 5. Next up, we got match 3 of the night, which was for the NXT Tag Team Championships. We got Frazier and Axiom versus No Quarter Catch Crew of Tavian Heights and Miles Bourne. Of course, with Frazier coming out of the men's Iron Survivor match, it was clear that he was going to be bandaged and bruised up going into this tag match, which means that Axiom had to do the heavy lifting. This match was my personal match of the night in terms of in-ring action and in-ring storytelling. Throughout the match, the story that was being told was that Axiom needed to do all the heavy-duty, heavy lifting throughout the entire match because Frazier was just too banged up. There was even a series of sequences where Frazier was building up to a hot tag to Axiom, but every time they got this close, either Tavion Heights or Miles Bourne would pull him away or try to do something to make sure that the tag doesn't go through. Going into this match, I believe that Nathan Frazier and Axiom were bound to lose these titles, especially with the story that they were trying to set up for this match was that Nathan Frazier was too focused on his Iron Survivor match that he had no more room in his head for the tag team championship match. Also, while I was watching this match, the moment that they made me feel like they were about to lose was when Axiom hits Nathan Frazier with a missile dropkick and No Quarter Catch Crew hit their moves on Axiom and Frazier. 1, 2, Axiom kicks out. Axiom gets back on his feet and really defends himself in a 2-on-1 battle against Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne. This leads to Axiom hitting a Canadian Destroyer onto Tavion Heights and tries to roll up Miles Bourne. 1, 2, 3. Nathan Frazier and Axiom retain the tag team championships. Overall, I enjoyed this match so much. This was one of the few matches that I have to say that really got me to react and enjoy the in-ring storytelling. And I have to admit that when I do watch WWE pay-per-views or these events, I tend to look at my phone, but when I was watching this match, I did not look at my phone at all, and I really enjoyed this match overall. So I rate this match a 5 out of 5. Match 4 of the night, the penultimate match of the night, was the NXT Championship match. Trick Williams defends his title against Ridge Holland. Again, we start out hot and fast with this NXT match, with Ridge Holland rushing Trick Williams, attacking his upper back and his neck because that is Trick Williams' sustained injury going into this match after getting hit with a Redeemer onto a table on NXT last week. This felt like a standard match between the two. Though what I didn't like about this match, however, is that when Trick Williams would do his moves like a neck breaker or anything that impacts his upper back or neck, he never really sold the damage, and that kinda annoyed me, especially because that was like one of the only stories going into this match. Overall, did I like this match? Not really. Was it a bad match? Not really. But these two are capable of so much more. I rate this match a 2 out of 5. Finally, our 5th match of the night, the main event, which was the Women's Iron Survivor match. This match had Sol Ruca versus Julia versus Stephanie Vakir versus Zarya and versus Ren Sinclair. Julia and Ren Sinclair start off the match. This match really surprised me because this match was more of a mat-based technical style wrestling match. There was also some moments in the match where the wrestlers were testing their strength against one another. This showed a really big contrast, especially to all the other matches before this one, where it would start off hot and fast. The third entrant of the match is Sol Ruca, and she really upped the pace, especially when she went against Ren Sinclair and Julia. She showcased her super kicks, her acrobatics, and her power moves. Though it then transitions back into a more technical style of wrestling, eventually this then leads to Julia hitting a Northern Lights bomb, where Julia gets the first fall of the match. The fourth entrant of the match is Zarya. She brings her power and her strength into this match, and she starts throwing everyone. Zarya and Julia battle it out in the corner, which leads to a double soul snatcher. This then leads to Julia and Zarya rolling out of the ring, which means that Sol Ruca can't pin them. Ren Sinclair finally comes out of the penalty box after being pinned by Julia, and Sol Ruca instantly hits her with a soul snatcher when she gets back into the ring. 1, 2, 3. Sol Ruca gets the next fall of the match, and she brings in her high energy and her power moves, trying her best to match with everyone else. She tries her best to take out everyone. Eventually, it leads into a stare down with Julia. Zarya comes back into the ring, taking both of them out and hitting an F5 on Julia, where she picks up the next fall. After 90 seconds in the penalty box, Julia comes back into the ring and everyone brawls it out. Eventually, this leads to Stephanie Vaquer rolling up Ren Sinclair. Vaquer scores the next fall. 90 seconds go by and Ren Sinclair comes back out. She ends up rolling up Sol Ruca, finally scoring her first fall for the entire match. She then tries to pin Zarya only to be hit by an F5. Throughout the rest of the match, this isn't a fight anymore. This actually becomes a race to be the first one to get the next fall because everyone was tied up. Sinclair rolls out only for Julia to hit her knee onto Zarya, pinning her 1, 2, 3. Julia scored the next fall. Vaquer tries to roll up Julia multiple times but can't get the pin on her. Time runs out and the final score is Julia 2, Stephanie Vaquer 1, Ren Sinclair 1, Sol Ruca 1, and Zarya 1. Your 2024 Women's Iron Survivor is Julia. Overall, I like this match a lot more compared to the men's match, mainly because I feel like this really showcased the strength and the technical and the mat-based wrestling side of all of these competitors. It was a great mix of technical, acrobatic, and strength, and I would rate this match a 5 out of 5. Overall, those are my ratings for each of the matches on NXT Deadline 2024. If I were to rate this show as a whole, I would rate this show an 8 out of 10. Anyway, with that being said, let me know your thoughts on NXT Deadline 2024. Tell me about it in the comments down below. Tell me what you liked, didn't like, or your general reactions. Give me a like if you liked the video, give me a subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Stay safe, and I'll see you later.